Well, on the next issue, the president goes the other way. Obama is mocking the left. Last night, the president poked fun at the naysayers within his own party at a fundraising event in Connecticut. Obama said, quote, "Democrats just congenitally tend to see the glass as half empty. If we get a historic health care bill passed, oh well, the public option wasn't there. And gosh, we haven't yet brought about world peace, and I thought that was going to happen quicker." That's a good one, Obama. The president is obviously frustrated with some progressives who actually believed him during the election when he said he was going to bring change to Washington. Last month, the president's press secretary, Robert Gibbs, came under fire for lashing out against the, quote, professional left. With midterms a little more than a month away, is it wise for the president to take on his own voters? Jane?
I don't know, Jake. Who campaigns on suck it up liberals? I mean, that is just not a winning campaign strategy. And I dare say that Obama would not be saying this if his own election were impending in the next couple of months. He made all of these promises about the public option when he was on the campaign trail and when he was in the White House. You know, he said it was one of the fundamental principles of his health care plan. So, you know, he's to sit there and laugh at the people who had faith in that, who came out and campaigned for him and believed that. It just doesn't seem to me politically wise, and certainly not good for the people who are up for election this fall.
Armstrong, would Republicans ever do this right before an election, spit in the eye of their base?
You know, actually, they all do it, but I do think that Democrats do it to a great extent. And I think if you move beyond the president having a light moment, you should really look at seriously what he's trying to convey. And that is, he expects the conservative base and now the Tea Party to challenge him and cause him all kinds of problems. His poll numbers are down. He just can't seem to get a favorable story no matter what he does. And then on top of all that, the very base which he feels he could depend on and could also be his go-to, they're just as critical. They're doing just as much as anybody else to savage his reputation. He can never do anything to satisfy them. And I think what he was trying to do was a gut check. He said, listen, guys, I know I'm not perfect, and I know I made promises about the public option, but you know, just sometimes in politics, things don't always pan out the way you want them to be. So just give me a little break, a little relief here, because we need to get as our party, as much of them elected in November. We don't want a total annihilation. We don't want to give the Republican Party any momentum going into the 2012 election. And just back off a little and give me some breathing room. And I do think that his liberal base have been off the chain. And what he's trying to do, he had one of those moments where he just expressed it. And I think they should listen. And while they have reason to criticize the president,
that is not what he is saying. That is not what he is saying at all. He's not saying, hey, we tried, we didn't get it all, but we're going to get it more later. Because that's what we were told at the time the health care bill was passed. We were told that this was a starter house and they were going to keep building on it. But he's not out there fighting for a public option, the public option that he promised everybody. In fact, when they decided that they only needed 50 votes for the thing, Robert Gibbs went out and said that it wasn't a consensus opinion. They never fought for it, and that's what people care about. They care that they were lied to. They care that they were strung along. That he tried to do things. He said he was doing one thing, and he tried to do another. And yes, people are justifiably upset about that. And it takes a lot of nerve to go and tell people that and laugh at the base at a $30,000 a plate private fundraiser. Yeah, that's an outrageous thing to do.
The president put everything on the line for health care. The reason why the president is having so much grief and the reason why the Tea Party continues to rise is despite the poll numbers that the American people did not want this health care bill. The president caved in to his base. He tried to satisfy them.
No, the base wanted the public option. They did not want this health care bill. Nobody, America did not want this health care bill. No, they didn't. No, Obama wanted this health care bill.
All right, I love what's going on here. First of all, we got Armstrong Williams defending a Democratic president, so we're already having fun. Second of all, I got to be honest, of course, I agree with Jane. Look, the president, here's what he screwed up. He said, I'm going to make your health care bills lower, and then he didn't because there's no competition. And now the health care bills are higher. See, he didn't screw up by making the bill too liberal. He screwed up by making it too conservative. And so then you're stuck in a situation where you don't get any advantage. You didn't, not only did you not please the so-called liberal voters, but you didn't deliver on lower health care costs. Armstrong, can't you see how that would hurt you?
But listen, I'm not here to disagree with you because I think your points are well taken. But the president tried, from his perspective and from his vantage point, he did everything he could. Even when he had that meeting where he invited all the Republicans, he did all he could to get as much as he could. But guess what? He had too many special interest groups at the plate. He just could not satisfy them. But at least give the man credit. Even though I don't like the health care bill, the Obamacare, he did try. He let off a lot of
I agree with you. He did try. He did try and satisfy all the special interests. He absolutely did. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He tried to satisfy the special interests. That's why people are upset.